Got a very special video dropping this Webby Wednesday with my dude Ren Makes Music. We initially linked via being a fan of each other's work. Shout to my girlfriend for putting me on, which led to me getting him on this particular song. But when he came out to Connecticut for a few days to shoot the video, we clicked on a whole other level. We live in an age of falsehoods and deception. Few people are who they claim to be. Few men are truly of principle. Like myself, Ren has that incorruptible Jedi spirit in him. He's also hands down one of the most musically talented people I've ever met, and I don't say that lightly. We connected on a creative level, and even deeper on a moral one. I say all that to say this. Baggage is an incredible song and visual, but as I see it, it's also just the beginning of a new musical friendship that, by my estimation, will yield much more greatness to come. Well, that's what Webby had to say about his upcoming track with Ren. But who is this Webby chap anyway? And what is it that has drawn these two artists together to collaborate? What have they got in common? And why might they have formed such a tight bond so quickly? Let's dive right in. Christian Walcott Webster, born October 13, 1988, better known by his stage name Chris Webby, is an American rapper from Norwalk, Connecticut. He has released several mixtapes and worked with various artists such as Method Man and Tech N9ne. He remained fiercely independent until 2013, when he and his label, Homegrown Music, signed a deal with E1 Music. But we'll hear more about that in a moment. Like Ren, Webby came from a musical family. Ren's dad Martin Gill is a multi-instrumentalist who has played in various folk bands over the years, and produced commissioned work for clients such as the Ministry of Justice. Webby's dad David Webster is a guitarist who he describes as a master shredder. Let's have a listen to Webby talking about his dad, and then watch an early video of them playing together, with David playing guitar and a young Webby freestyling over the top.
Yeah.
Your father was a musician, right?
Yes, still is. Plays on me all the time. I mean, it's really interesting too. He's gotten involved in the production end. So him working with my producer JP, who's an incredible producer, but it's so cool seeing them work. You know, my dad's 73 and seeing him jam out, and I mean, like literally co-producing some of the songs. It's a beautiful thing.
He was a guitar player first.
Yep.
Right? That's his instrument.
Yeah. He's a absolute master shredder. He is so good. Self-taught, you know, very much like myself. In different ways, obviously. You know, I'm more of a twist, but he is honestly such an incredible guitar player. I'm sure a bunch of my fans can attest to that, who have seen him at my shows jamming out. And it's cool being able to share a moment like that with your father. You know what I mean? It really is a unique and unbelievable thing.
Right now. I'm legally drunk right now. Legally.
And I have the
Beautiful thing. All right, if you drop the beat, I'll rap.
Make it last?
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm gonna have to sing something that you can come in and jump in.
Okay, just let me know. Just tap my shoulder. I'll stand right here. It's Chris Webby and Dave Webster. Check it out. Yeah, I'ma kick it here, chilling in the first place with my dad Deuce on his birthday, and I'll be coming back running shit. Ain't nobody messing with me. I'm swine flu, spitting something sick. I come back and I rap quite hot. My parents kinda mad at all the tats I
That's brilliant. This amateur video is currently sitting at 125,000 views, and Webby's dad has commented on it, saying, "I can't believe this video has so many hits." It was Chris's 21st birthday and he'd had a few cocktails. It's pretty comical. Webby's career has blown up since then, but it's nice to see that his dad is still very much involved. He has helped produce several of Webby's singles, and even performed in them. Here's a snippet of the track Long Way, with David Webster on guitar and Webby rapping over it, just like all those years ago.
Sometimes I just feel like I suck at life. I started last year in a depression with my money tight. Then I said fuck it, hit the gas and started running lights. Reinvigorated all my fans by dropping fucking twice as much shit as I did the year before, and kept it coming like every single week. And when everyone in fucking sight, I just bottled up my raw thoughts up on this fucking mic. Said fuck these rappers and the rappers that they mumble like. Yeah, I went on Sway and killed the game and got a ton of likes. Still they just compare me to Shady, so I'm just fucking like, well, he's debatedly the greatest. So basically what you're trying to say to me is I'm fucking nice, but I'm my own man, my own MC, who handed mixtapes to cats when I sold them treat. Yeah, I've had a long run, still ain't lost no steam. I'm still racking up streams, I just do it low key. I don't even have a manager, I own my own master. See, I'm my own master, more than a dope rapper. Been a long road, there's a lot of closed chapters, but I made a promise to myself to never go backwards. I've been underrated so fucking long that I'm sick of it. It keeps me lashing out at anybody in my vision. Shit, I'll add another name to my list if we gon' get into it. Wrap my hands around your neck so you could come to grips with it. Made a name taking shots, Donald Trump is sick of me, and crooked Hillary just put a 7-figure hit on me. Lil Xan is wishing that he never said shit to me, and everyone I haven't mentioned yet is sitting timidly. I came to bring the pain, spinning webs in your brain. Study the arts of Wu-Tang. I ain't going anywhere like a Cabernet stain with that audio dope to your veins. I came a long way, ain't no doubt about it, I came a long way. Saw them take the route, but I took the long way. Dancing to the beat of my own drum. I came along, I came along, I came along, I came a long way.
Any Wibbles, I mentioned earlier that Webby was fiercely independent, as is our ickle sig boy, Ren. However, they say that every man has his price, and it turns out that Webby's price was a cool $500,000. Shall we have a listen?
I remember it happening.
I think it was gradual, and I think I'm still getting better, you know, and I think that because I still am in love with the craft, and sometimes you fall in and out of love with it, you know. Sometimes I need to take a break. I get burnt out, you know, and anybody will. But it's really important to stay in love with it. I feel like the record labels, the industry itself, so many of these extra weights are the reason that so many of the guys that we grew up listening to kind of fell out of love with it, because it became this mechanized business to the point where it wasn't what it was when they first started. They didn't love it anymore. And I feel like that is really what's affected a lot of the artists that we grew up listening to. Whereas I'm not in the music business at all. You know, I'm in the Chris Webby business, working completely outside of that. And I don't rely on anything. I'm self-funded, and, you know, it's really like we dip into the industry. I'll work with industry artists, but other than that, I don't need anything from anyone other than my team. You know?
Yeah. Well, so I'm amazed that you didn't get signed back then. There must have been deals on the table.
There were a lot of meetings. I'm sure my behavior was offensive probably to some of these labels. My carefree nature of like, yeah, well, I have like a serious problem with authority, you know, so I just don't like to be told what to do. And some of these labels, you know, I specifically remember meeting with one of the major labels, and, you know, them kind of explaining what they wanted to do. And basically what they were saying is like, here, we're going to give you hooks, you fill in the blanks, and just like that. And I'm like, nah, like, not at all. Like, that's, no, you know, like, hey, if I get a nice hook, I'm down. But like, that's not going to be the approach. I think by circumstance, it just worked out where I didn't get signed. You know what I mean? And I'm so thankful because when we were coming up, that was the goal. You know, it was like, oh, I got to get signed. I got to get signed. You know, it's different now. People realize you can do it like I did it. But at the time, you know, we entertained a lot of these things. We just didn't end up doing anything. And until we did the E1 deal, but that's, you know, they're kind of in between.
More of a distributor, right? More of a distributor.
Well, it was a deal. They gave me $500,000. You know, but it was, they're independent, but they're kind of like
hands off.
At the same time. You know what I mean? So it's like it's hard to say independent, but so anyway, we did that. That's when Homegrown and Chemically Imbalanced came out, and that was the only real deal I've ever signed. I mean, I have a distribution deal, but it's, you know, that's that, you know, and now I have my own label, ADHD, and I can offer distribution deals to other artists.
Like Ren, Webby has struggled with health issues that have sometimes interfered with his creative process. Ren has battled with misdiagnosed Lyme disease, and also often referred to ADHD-like tendencies. Webby has been prescribed medication for ADHD since he was at school, and he opens up about it here.
But it comes at a cost. It comes at a psychological cost for sure. But what are you going to do? That's why they got Adderall, right?
ADD's real. I have it too a little bit. I don't know if it's extreme. I don't know if there's levels of it, but I've always had it in my life.
Yeah, I mean, well, I for sure have ADD like big time, but I also have just a dependence on Adderall because they put me on that shit when I was in 7th grade. So it's like,
damn.
You know, that completely alters a child's brain, you know, to just be trained to expect something, you know, being a stimulant in this case. It is what it is. But we've all been guinea pigs to certain medical things, you know, like a whole bunch of people were just guinea pigs to something else. So, you know,
we're gonna get into that. But you know, when I had ADHD, they didn't really give medicine in the 80s. They just put you in special learning classes. So unless you were really couldn't learn at all, it went untreated. Like I went untreated, and I was just a class clown.
Yeah.
You know?
They gave me Adderall, and you know, I still, I've always had the class clown element for sure. You're right though, you know, before it was just like, oh yeah, he's you know, he's energetic. Little do they know that ADHD and ADD, whichever variant, you know, it comes with a downside and also comes with an upside. So I try to make sure that people know that anything that you have, any mental illness, for the most part, comes with some sort of silver lining. And when it comes to ADD and ADHD, we have an ability to hyper focus on what's directly in front of us that is almost supernatural, at least in my case. And it's really hard to juggle a bunch of shit. And unfortunately, that's what I have to do a lot of the time. That's why I keep like a very thorough to-do list. But when I'm locked in and I'm hyper focused on something, it's like I tap into something that's, you know, beyond what I could explain. So I think there's an upside and a downside to a lot of stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, the upside is you put out how many projects?
A lot.
Both Ren and Webby believe that they should use their platform as a force for good. Ren has publicly adopted a stance that a rising tide lifts all ships, and he frequently recommends other artists and reactors, encouraging his ever-increasing fan base to subscribe and support these often previously little-known acts. He has also supported mental health and lifeboat charities, acted as an advocate for chronic illness, and used lyrics to critique societal norms and government policies. Webby, too, has actively used his platform to support environmental issues, working with charities to plant trees, promote mental health awareness through open discussion, and address social justice, fighting for the right to free speech, critical thinking and challenging the status quo.
Unfucking believable. We're truly living in the Matrix.
You are fired up, my friend. You are fired up.
Yeah. I mean, this shit, it's just injustice really, you know, it's something that's been ingrained into me to see injustices done. It does get me fired up, man. Like, I don't stand for that type of shit. Like, I don't stand for people abusing animals. I don't stand for people abusing people for no reason. You know what I mean? It's just like when I see something that's wrong, I'm the type of person to go do something about it and say something about it. I'm not just going to turn a blind eye. I'm not going to turn my phone out and film it. You know what I mean? Like 2021 or 22, whatever it's 22. Holy shit. That's crazy. But yeah, you know, it's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of times people, they're so apathetic to what's going on around them, you know, and I have a platform. You know, it's kind of like the job of people with platforms to speak up on shit. And I don't ask everyone to agree with me. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a political advisor or a master either. You know what I mean? Like, I just am a guy with an opinion who's not afraid. That's all I am.
Well, I can definitely see what drew Ren to Webby and vice versa. I am pretty shitting excited about this collab. Without further ado, shall we get on it? Let's fucking go.
Falling by the wayside with these habits I keep shaking. New jeans with the same old baggie in my pocket.
Oh, shut the front door. Just a few seconds in, and just look at this. Listen to this. The cinematography, the singing voice, I was not expecting that. Instant chills. Come on.
Trying to find a way, but ain't no way back where I've gone. New me with the same old baggage in my closet. Can't say me, y'all, they say I'm lost. I can't even start to count all of the days I've lost. After nights of losing count of all the drinks I bought. Self-medicating just to get the weight all off. Only starts with a shot, then it's 4 in a row. Next thing you in the bathroom, scoring some blows. See, it is what it is, and it's all that I know. But I'm getting to a fork in the road. I know the way it's been, I take it in. Feel I gotta start learning to pray again. I try to wash away the sins, but they like tattoos on my skin. I've been sitting here scrubbing them, trying to cover them, but I'm stuck with them, struggling, drunk and stumbling, while I'm juggling habits that are both the cause and the cure of my suffering. I know it's becoming a little troubling.
So Webby has been singing about his past addictions, self-medicating to try and battle some of those inner demons. I love this concept of persistent baggage. No matter where you go or what you do, you are always carrying around your inner stuff. You can try to numb it, or run away from it, but it will ultimately always be there inside you. And that, my friends, is why therapy can be so helpful. Instead of shoving your baggage in a box, banging on a lid and throwing away the key, you can start to very carefully peek in the box and uncover your stuff, layer by tender layer. That is when healing can begin.
Falling by the wayside with these habits I keep shaking. New jeans with the same old baggie in my pocket. Trying to find a way, but ain't no way back where I've gone. red mud, they whisper and murmur. How did rain get here? Nature or nurture? I nurture my nature. Divine misbehavior, reaching for a bottle, thought the spirit was my savior. Chopping on my brain cells when I'm reaching for the pot, but pot's the only shot I got to stop this ticking clock. Tick tick, counting down the minutes till that something in me pops and resurrects a disconnect that helps me self-destruct. And when I'm down on my luck, wasted, brain dead, vacant, faded. I get wasted, you get brain dead. Mind so vacant, I'm so faded. All the time, wasted, another line, brain dead. Feeling so vacant, leaving on faded. Complicated, in-house patient, wasted, brain dead, vacant, faded.
Holy shit, I love it. Ren and Webby sound so fucking good together vocally. And lyrically, Ren is continuing the theme from earlier, saying that in the past he has turned to alcohol and drugs to try and fix his woes, but none of it has ever worked in the long run.
Tripping with my back against the wall, caught inside a rising tide I fall, taken by the madness of it all. I'm falling by the wayside with these habits I keep shaking. New jeans with the same old baggie in my pocket, yeah. Trying to find a way, but ain't no way back where I've gone. New me with the same old baggage in my closet.
Nice guitar there, but can we take a moment to appreciate that cinematography? Frankie Fire is a cinematographer and director who has gained recognition in the film and music video industry. He has worked on a variety of high-profile projects, particularly in the realm of music videos, collaborating with well-known artists such as French Montana, Rod Wave, and others. His work is noted for its creative visual storytelling and high production values, contributing to the success of numerous music videos and other cinematic projects. And this one is no exception. Absolutely beautiful stuff.
Find a way, but ain't no way back where I've gone. New me with the same old baggage in my closet.
Forget about it, Frankie.
Well, there we have it. Absolutely exceptional. I expected fire from these two, but that went above and beyond. As Kurt Cobain once sang, that right there is a radio-friendly unit shifter. But they've done that without compromising on style or subject matter. Webby and Ren deserve to have a #1 record on their hands with that one. Thank you so much for joining me in the disco. Be sure to hit subscribe and I'll see you next time. Much love.